Heavenly Father and gracious God, we are so thankful again for the beautiful day you've given to us and this opportunity to enjoy this activity. May we always remember the things in life that you give us because you love us so. Help the drivers to do the best they can. Help them to be safe. And thank you again for this opportunity. Thank you for this free land. And be with our troops, and Lord, bless our country. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
And now to sing our national anthem, 11-year-old Camry Uhazy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held, that our flag lights last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to Pastor Sementelli and 11-year-old Camry Uhazy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? One is Kevin Ludwig. The driver of car number 8 is Paul Miller. 95 is Tony Dukic. 43 is Chris Spadacine. 05 is Andy Giles, the points leader. 9 is Cody Kwarek. 61 is Ron Eifert III. 32 is Dan Jordan. And 44 is Mary Catherine Shimko. As the 5-lap preliminary heat race for the American Flyers is underway, Jay Matthews, the early leader in car 77. Once again, these are street vehicles modified only for driver safety. They compete on street legal tires each and every week and race only for a trophy as the amateur division of the Motordrome Speedway NASCAR program. The American Flyers with Jay Matthews out in front. In the second spot in car 8 is Paul Miller. Up front, it's a Dodge Daytona, followed by a Chevy Beretta, then 2 Chevy Cavaliers, and look at the 05 division points leader, Andy Giles, challenging for 4th in his Dodge Shadow. In turns 3 and 4, the 05 on the inside, the 95 of Dukic on the outside, and the points leader will officially be scored in 4th at the scoring line with 2 laps remaining. These cars have all automatic transmissions and provide a way for young racers to enter NASCAR competition. 3 wide on the back straight. Cody Kwarek in the 9, Chris Spadacine in 43, and defending champion Dan Jordan in 32 as the white flag signals final lap. In the current point standings, Andrew Giles in car 05 has a 2-point lead over Jay Matthews, who's leading this race. The 05 of Giles trying to move up to gain more points in this heat race, but the checkered flag will wave for Jay Matthews in car 77. Terrific run for the 8 machine of Paul Miller. Then it's the 05 of Giles coming home in 3rd, making a last lap pass of the 6 of Paul Rosa, and 95 Tony Dukic finishing in the 5th spot. Subway street stock racing underway, and look at that jam up mid and back of the pack. Minjok and Zellweger briefly made contact, dropping back. We've got a challenge for the lead on lap 1 of 8. Dustin Blank in car 94. To the inside, it's Joe Nicola in 69. Nicola, a recent feature winner with that Ford Thunderbird, making a pass of the Chevy Monte Carlo driven by Dustin Blank. Ashton is up to 3rd after starting deep in the field. And as we work lap number 2, new leader is Joe Nicola. Nicola in car 69, leading Dustin Blank in 94, Will Ashton in the 10, 31 Sean Phillips, and Tony Manganello in the 50 car. Manganello had a couple of mechanical problems in recent weeks, and Ashton spins from the top 3. Will Ashton in car 10 spinning in turn 4 while riding in the 3rd position. A great job of driving by Tony Manganello in the 50 car and Sean Phillips in 31 to avoid further contact. He won in 4th and Jeff Zellweger in 5th. Here's the green flag. Nicola leading Blank, and those 2 cars broken away from the rest of the pack in a big way. With 6 laps to go in this event, keep your eyes on the 31 of Sean Phillips, currently in 5th spot. Phillips comes into tonight just behind points leader Adam Kostelnik, 2nd in the championship standings. He's going to need to pass a few cars in order to maintain that spot. Manganello from Clairton, Pennsylvania brings the car 50 in. And before tonight's racing action began, Sean Phillips in car 31 was 12 points behind Adam Kostelnik in the chase for the Motordrome Championship. Crossed flags indicate halfway, 4 laps down, 4 to go. Joe Nicola in car 69, the only Ford-powered machine in this field, opening up a big lead over veteran Dustin Blank in car 94. Then it's Al Minjok in 41 having a terrific run. Jeff Zellweger, the street stock rookie, in car 18. Then Sean Phillips in 31 and Will Ashton in the 10. With now 2 laps to go, a lead of an entire straightaway for Joe Nicola in car 69. Jeff Zellweger from Allison Park, Pennsylvania spins the 18 car in the front straight, and we will need a caution flag. A free after party from 1 to 4 p.m. at Fuddruckers. Green flag back out for Joe Nicola, leading Dustin Blank and Al Minjok. Driver change to report in car 41. It's Curtis Stewart driving the Al Minjok 41 machine. Curtis Stewart in 3rd. White flag waving for Joe Nicola. Curtis Stewart, a former driver in the truck division here at Motordrome and in the Charger division. Curtis Stewart closing in on the back bumper of the 94 of Dustin Blank, but out in front, headed through turn number 4 to take the checkered flag. West Mifflin, Pennsylvania's Joe Nicola will win it. Dustin Blank in 2nd, Curtis Stewart in 3rd, and Jeff Zellweger bringing to a close the first 8-lap preliminary heat race for the Subway Street Stocks. 8 laps for the Subway Street Stocks in preliminary heat number 2. Green flag is out. We're up to full speed on the front straight into turn number 1. Joe Hope's 78 car smoking. This, I believe, the first start for Hope in 2007. And a mechanical problem already as Jason Holder in 74 leading, Bill Henry in 64 and Andrew Kostelnik in 57. The only driver among that lead pack to win a feature this season is the 57 of Andrew Kostelnik. And Hope getting the black flag. He may not realize that there's a possible fluid leak from that machine, so he will exit the track on the back straight. Lead challenge into turn 3. Andrew Kostelnik in 57 tried to secure the inside lane from leader Jason Holder, while Bill Henry in car 64 feeling the pressure now of defending modified champion, Adam Kostelnik in 05. Door to door is the battle for third. Bill Henry in car 64 from Vandergrift. Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport in 05. Both of the Kostelnik brothers part of this 4-car breakaway from the rest of the field. Now working lap number 3 of 8. Jason Holder from Stoystown in front. Andrew Kostelnik, the younger brother, in second. Adam Kostelnik, the leading winner in this division in 05, is third, then Bill Henry's 64. Contact made in turn 4, and Schlesinger slows after he made contact with the 15 of Jonathan Heilman. We're halfway through this heat race, and it's a 3-car fight for second. Adam Kostelnik in 05 makes a high groove pass of his brother Andrew. Andrew trying to battle back in the inside lane while Jason Holder maintains the lead. Holder in car 74 has one heat race victory this season, no feature wins yet. And Kostelnik in the 05, the points leader, challenges for first. Kostelnik now out in front as they approach the scoring line. Brand new leader to begin working lap 6 of 8. Adam Kostelnik leading the championship standings, taking position away from Jason Holder. Andrew Kostelnik in 57. Now both of the Kostelnik brothers having feature victories this season at Motordrome. Bill Henry in 64 and Jason Holder in 74, looking for their first checkered flags of the season as the white flag signals final lap to Adam Kostelnik. 3 cars will slug it out this final circuit around Motordrome Speedway for second position. Here comes Andrew Kostelnik, trying to take away second spot from early race leader Jason Holder, but out of turn 4, another checkered flag for Adam Kostelnik in the Folkmeyer Racing 05. Andrew Kostelnik in 57 gets the second spot. Jason Holder in third, Bill Henry in fourth, and the 15 car of Jonathan Heilman coming home. Gary Wiltrout in 95, last week's winner, and Todd Price in the 15. Green flag is out, 10 laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Door to door all the way through the field in turns 1 and 2. Kelly in the 44 after a top 5 run last Friday night. The D&K Sales 44 out to a full car length advantage now. Gary Wiltrout in the 95 diving to the inside. Wiltrout from Somerset, Pennsylvania, taking second spot away from John Komarinsky. Wiltrout and Kelly, very close friends off the racing surface, now fight for the lead side by side. New leader as we begin to work lap number 2 by just a bumper. It is Gary Wiltrout in the 95 car. Wiltrout now has cleared the 44 of Kelly. Wiltrout, Kelly, and Komarinsky breaking away from a side-by-side duel between Steve Black and Todd Price. Now they're 3 wide briefly in turn 4. That's John Messenger in the 51 diving inside of Steve Black as Todd Price takes off with the 4th position on lap 3 of 10. Messenger clears Black's number 1 car for a top 5 running position, and Jimmy Weller, the 3rd, follows in car 23. Up front, the 2002 NASCAR Super Late Model champion at Motordrome Speedway, Gary Wiltrout. That car sponsored by Lint Flooring, Megan Ford, Stone & Company. After a couple violent crashes, that car has not made it to the paint shop yet, but did find victory lane last Friday night. Halfway, 5 laps down, 5 to go. Wiltrout up front. Gregory Kelly in second in 44. John Komarinsky 3rd in 33, then Todd Price in 4th, John Messenger up to 5th. Gary Wiltrout not only had a couple of devastating crashes in recent weeks, but also significant engine failure, and that crew has been working very hard to keep the 95 car out on the speedway. Last week it paid off with Wiltrout's first feature win of 2007 last Friday night here at Motordrome. And the former track champion running away with this heat race. Signal given of 2 laps to go now. Gregory Kelly still in second, John Komarinsky third, Brandon Manns in fourth, John Messenger in fifth. Will Trout, a former winner of the Napa 100 here at Motordrome Speedway. The Paul Agrudo Motorsports team having a fantastic season as the white flag waves. Will Trout's teammate Bobby Henry is the points leader coming into Auto Trader Penny Saver night at the races. And on the final lap, Will Trout opening up even more distance as the Somerset, Pennsylvania veteran, former champion of the Jennerstown Speedway, 2002 champion of Motordrome Speedway, takes the checkered flag over Gregory Kelly, John Komarinsky, the 15 of Todd Price, and the 51 of John Messenger. Be back. 10 laps the distance for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. They're on the hammer, and we're up to full speed. Dave Merrow in car 69 was the truck division champion in 2001. As a sophomore super late model driver, he's seeking a first checkered flag. Then 4-time heat race winner Sean Pilla in car 5 falls into the second spot. Right there with Sean Pilla is his teammate in car 98, Neil Brown, the 2-time feature winner. Brief challenge for the lead there as Sean Pilla in the 5 from Connellsville looked to the inside of Dave Merrow, the leader. Tommy Beck started last, he's up to 4th. Working lap number 2 of 10. Dave Merrow and now Sean Pilla sees daylight to the inside in car 5. Look at Tommy Beck using the outside lane. The Benz Motorsports number 60 car started last, and he's right now in a battle for top 3 positions. Door to door up front with 7 laps to go, Sean Pilla and Dave Merrow were briefly side by side for the lead. Now Sean Pilla, the 4-time heat race winner, pulling out by 1 car length. His teammate Neil Brown also trying to gain a position, passing Merrow. Neil Brown sliding into the second spot in car 98. The Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil teammates up front with Sean Pilla leading Neil Brown. Then Dave Merrow and the big mover of this race so far, Tommy Beck in the 60. Beck in the high lane, stuck behind Merrow, who's slowing. That opens the door to 3rd spot for points leader Bobby Henry in the 11. Now here comes the 9 of Will Thomas challenging Beck. Beck with a fast race car got held up behind Merrow as the early race leader falls back into the 4th spot. 6 of 10 laps completed. Sean Pilla with 4 heat race wins this season in car number 5. He has never won a NASCAR late model feature event, but has been very close this season. His teammate Neil Brown riding 2nd with Bobby Henry in 3rd. Challenge for the 4th spot, Will Thomas in car 9. Got his first Motordrome Speedway win just a few weeks ago, challenging Dave Merrow. Tommy Beck watching that battle, and the teammates play bumper tag in turns 3 and 4 at the front of this field. Sean Pilla leading Neil Brown with 2 laps to go now. Bobby Henry right there to battle with the teammates, and light contact made that time between Henry and Brown in turn 2. White flag signals final lap to Sean Pilla as Will Thomas in the 9 completes a pass of Merrow for 4th and brings Beck with him up into the 5th spot. Sean Pilla from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, with new teammate Neil Brown in tow, will win his 5th heat race of 2007 in car number 5. Last week's winner, Harry Opfer. 40 is Brian Shipp. 3 is Chris Brink. 32, Matt Panaya. 99, Bo Glemba. And 9, Rick Huffman. Green flag waves for the Open Wheel Warriors in an 8-lap preliminary heat race event. Current points leader in the division is the 60 of Adam Kostelnik, who's passing to the inside, making a move on young Ben Easler. And just as quickly, last week's winner, Harry Opfer, challenging Easler for 3rd. Up front, George Nicola in car 97. Nicola is 2nd in the championship standings and 1st on the racetrack. Kostelnik is 1st in the championship standings and 2nd on the racetrack, trying to take the lead away with Championship points on the line in the heat races. George Nicola from Pittsburgh leading Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport. Wheel to wheel in turns 1 and 2. Working lap 2 of 8, George Nicola hangs on to a small lead. Harry Ofer is third in the 0-1. Ofer from Bell Vernon got his first career pavement victory last week. Just behind him, Ben Easler, and then Chris Brink in car 3, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, the rookie. Another challenge mounted for the lead. Adam Kostelnik looking to the high side again in turns 1 and 2. As he does so, Harry Ofer challenges him for second. 3 cars fighting for position at the front of the Lincoln Welders modified field. Light contact made. Terrific save by Adam Kostelnik. He falls back to third, but keeps the Viglione Racing number 60 car off the wall. George Nicola gets a big lead as a result of that challenge for second spot. Ben Easler fourth, Chris Brink, the 5 cars that have broken away from the rest of the field, with George Nicola up front in car 97. Got his first win of the season just a week or 2 ago. And Harry Ofer in the 0-1 feeling more pressure from Kostelnik now. The championship points leader back to third. Nicola the leader, Harry Ofer in second spot. George Nicola in the 97 had terrible luck through the first half of 2007. Crashes not of his own fault, mechanical failures, and with the white flag waving, their recovery and determination has been remarkable as he got a feature win just a few weeks back and still maintaining the second spot in the championship point standings despite all the misfortunes of the early part of 07. Nicola with 1 feature victory. Picking up now his 3rd preliminary heat win of the season in car 97 from Pittsburgh, George Nicola. Recent first-time winner. 5 is former champion Jim Nicola. 16 is Gary Scott from Irwin. Green flag is out. 8 more laps for the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. Jam up on the front straight as Hoffman in the Al Civic Racing 58 takes the lead. Prabanich falls into the second spot. Tom Frank in the 6 car in third. Bobby Shipp in fourth. Playing a little bumper tag there. Lonnie Hoffman will lead lap number 1 by about 3 or 4 car lengths. John Prabanich in the Sherban Tire 11 car was voted most popular driver back in 2005, and Tommy Frank sending him back 2 positions by opening the door for himself and Bobby Shipp in the 04. Here comes Bernie McQuillan making a pass for a top 5 position. Lonnie Hoffman in car 58, a new left-hander chassis from Al Civic Racing and the former street stock racer. Sophomore driver in the modifieds out in front of young Tommy Frank from the Cleveland suburbs in car number 6. Then Bobby Shipp in the 04. Driver in third position, Bob Shipp, the former Charger Division champion. Got his first career modified win earlier in 2007. Crossed flags halfway, 4 down, 4 to go, and look at the challenge for second. Bobby Shipp made light rear bumper contact with the 6 of Tom Frank. Frank is currently 4th in the championship standings and 2nd on the racetrack, trying to hold off Bobby Shipp in the 04. Bernie McQuillan in 45 is having a fantastic run. Back there in 5th, it's Gary Scott in car 16. He's 5th in the championship standings coming into tonight's racing action. And Lonnie Hoffman, who recently got a career best feature finish, could be headed for his first heat race win. 2 laps to go, and he's got a 5 or 6 car length advantage over Tom Frank. And Frank has his hands full with Bobby Shipp challenging him for the runner-up spot. White flag signals final lap to Lonnie Hoffman in 58. closing in now are the runners in second and third place. Tommy Frank in the 6, Bob Ship in the 04. They may not have enough time, as Hoffman got the break at the start of this one. And leading from green to checker for his first heat race victory, the hometown hero, Lonnie Hoffman from Smithton. Brothers, Victor in car 11 and defending champion Tracy in the 1, Ed Neidhart in the 68. We're green for 6 laps of Charger action with the rookie out front going 4 wide on the front straight. Out in front, rookie Ed McConnell from Evans City, a teammate to Ed Neidhart, the sophomore driver, and the 4 of Mike Lemley, who has 1 feature victory this season, in second, looking to challenge. Victor Keller in car 11, riding in the 3rd spot. His brother Tracy from Asheville, Pennsylvania, in the 1, is defending division champion, riding in 4th. On the back straight, headed into turn 3, Mike Lemley in car 4, closing up quickly to the rear bumper of McConnell. That's an Oldsmobile leading a Monte Carlo, then a Pontiac Grand Prix, and McConnell's every which way but loose out of turn 4. Working lap number 2 of 6, McConnell still held the lead by a bumper officially at the scoring line. But now Mike Lemley switches to the high side and takes away the lead in turn 3. We'll see if he can become an official leader by crossing the flag stand scoring line in front of the rookie, and Lemley takes the lead by less than a car length as we're halfway, 3 laps down, 3 to go. The Keller brothers working their way up, Tracy in the 1, Victor in the 11. They're ready to swap stickers as brothers battling for the 3rd spot. McConnell in 2nd, leader Mike Lemley in the 4 from Dawson, Pennsylvania. Lemley opening up a big lead now on lap 4 of 6 over McConnell in 48. The 11 of Victor Keller and the 1 of Tracy Keller right in tow, and Robbie Hott in the 16 car with them. White flag in the air. Look at Robbie Hott, that Chevy Malibu, challenging the 1 of Tracy Keller. Hott, not exactly a rookie, but for the first time a contender this season. And he's pulling right up to the rear bumper of the defending champion in the 1 car. Meanwhile, out of turn number 4, another heat race victory in 2007 for Mike Lemley. Minjock. 7 is Matt Gardner, the points leader from Roughdale. His teammate 95, Jimmy Stokes from West Newton. And the 12 is Roger Bryan from Smithton. 3 wide in turn number 1, Oldham on the bottom, Gardner in the middle, Stokes up high. The MAG Racing teammates of Stokes in 95 and Gardner in 7 put on a great battle for 2nd last week. Al Minjock right there in the 41, battling for 3rd, and just in front it's his brother Aaron in 34 and Jimmy Christoffel, the leader of lap number 1 in the 04. Christoffel led the point standings for several weeks this season and got his first career feature win, then had a devastating crash in the 04, trying to make up ground in the championship standings. 2nd, it's Minjock from Greenock, Pennsylvania, last Friday night's big winner as he dominated the heat and feature. Chevy Monte Carlo of Christoffel leading the Buick Regal of Minjock, and last Friday night, Minjock blew away this entire field like nobody has all season. In 3rd, it's the leading feature winner, Jimmy Stokes in 95, and the 7 of Matt Gardner, the points leader, Stokes' teammate. A bold move out of turn number 4 on lap 3, and Jimmy Stokes officially takes over the 2nd spot by a bumper, then completes the pass, and bringing his teammate Gardner right along. Gardner in the 7, door-to-door with Minjock in 34. Both of those drivers, graduates of the American Flyers division. As the 2 to go signal given to leader Christoffel in the 04. Gardner dirt tracking the car, loose handling conditions, still able to make a pass of Minjock for 3rd. Minjock using the high side of the speedway this week. The last 2 consecutive Fridays, Minjok has been flying. He's back to 4th now at the wave of the white flag behind the Mag Racing teammates. And up front, the 04 of Jimmy Christoffel from Jefferson Hills. Christoffel told me before the race tonight the car's still not quite right after a devastating crash about 4 weeks ago. But he did manage to get a first career feature win and now takes another heat race checkered flag. Jimmy Christoffel in the 04 will win it. In car 44, as we get set to go 8 laps of racing for the American Flyers entry-level competition. Green flag is out, 3 wide on the front straight. Dan Jordan in car 32 has that Buick out in front. Last season, Jordan was the division champion. The 77 of Jay Matthews, leading winner this season in the Dodge Daytona. We're 3 wide again. Quarrick on the outside. Dukic in the middle, Miller on the inside. Chevy Beretta on the low side, making contact with a Chevy Cavalier. And the 9, the Dodge Shadow of Quarrick up top, still 3 wide. Here comes the points leader in the 05, Andy Giles. As they're 3 wide on the back straight, there's a lead battle happening up front, and contact. Dukic spins in front of the points leader, collects the 6 of Paul Rosa. Rosa in the 6, driving away from the incident. Green flag stays out, Dukic back under power. No caution flag, and the lead battle resumes on the back straight. Dan Jordan in car 32 from Connellsville, and the 77 of Jay Matthews. Matthews in the Mopar, Mag Racing 77, still door to door, and now taking over the lead from Jordan on lap 3 of 8. Matthews breaks the car loose, completing the lead pass. That's tough to do in a front-wheel drive car. The West Side Lube and Tire 77 out in front now of the carry-all. Bob's You Pull It Auto Parts 32 of Jordan. Side by side, Cody Quarrick in the 9 and Paul Miller in the 8. That's the fight for 3rd spot. Action finally settling down just a bit for the American Flyers at the scoring line. Leader Jay Matthews will begin working lap number 5 of 8. Dan Jordan in the 2nd spot, Cody Quarrick 3rd, Paul Miller in 4th. Andy Giles, the points leader, is 5th. Matthews so far this season a 4-time feature winner. On lap 6, Jay Matthews passing a similar Dodge Daytona. Mary Catherine Shimko going a lap down. She is solidly in the top 10 in the point standings, just as she finished last year. Dan Jordan still riding 2nd, then Cody Quarrick in the 9. Great run for him, as well as the 8 of Paul Miller. Had a strong heat race performance as the white flag waves. In turn 3, headed to turn 4. Another victory, and possibly the points lead, as Jay Matthews collects another checkered flag over Dan Jordan, Cody Quarrick, Paul Miller, and Andy Giles. Jay, you know how to be popular because fans love a burnout. I want to ask you, why is this car still running here in Victory Lane? Do you have some kind of mechanical problem here? We need to keep it alive?
It's a little warm. We run early like this, it runs warm. I like to run late.
So the early part of the day having an impact. Does the track feel any different to you when it's under the sunlight conditions like this?
Yeah, it's a lot harder to drive. It's real slippery like this. It gets cool out, it really grips good.
We could see you dirt tracking the car a little bit as you wrestled the lead away there. That was a hard-fought lead battle. Did you want to go that high on the racetrack to make the pass?
No, I wanted to stay low up in the marbles there. It gets a little slick, but Danny's a good competitor, hard guy to pass. And we had a good race there for a little bit.
A good race indeed as you beat the defending champion. How about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew?
Tri-State Floor, NOAC, they did an awesome job painting it. Mag Racing, Kansas City Saloon, and West Side Lube and Tire.
There you go, and we're going to have him draw the Subway Challenge Driver of the Night before he leaves us for a photo session with track photographer Howie Bayless. And he's drawn a good one, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in a free 6-inch meatball sub, courtesy of Subway restaurants, in our next 20-lap feature event, you'll be cheering for the car number 31 of Sean Phillips. Consider Joe Nicola in 69. Nicola with one feature win this season. Sean Phillips starting third with one feature win. Green flag is out, 20 laps for the Subway Street Stocks. On Penny Saver, Auto Trader Night at the races, and Nicola in the Ford Thunderbird with an early lead. Phillips moving into second around Curtis Stewart. Door to door, the 94 of Dustin Blank, 64 of Bill Henry. Curtis Stewart dirt tracks the car just a little, making 3 wide on the front straight. Stewart in the 41, all making contact. Henry in the 64, Blank in the 94. Jason Holder in on the action. Multi-car contact on lap 1 of 20, but we stay green flag racing. Talented drivers banging wheels and doors at full speed in the Subway Street Stocks. Working lap 2, Joe Nicola out to a big lead over the Subway Challenge driver Sean Phillips. Bill Henry in the 64 trying to wrestle the inside lane from Curtis Stewart in the 41 car. Henry having his best career season at Motordrome. Dirt tracks the car to the inside of turn 4 and just by a bumper takes over third position on lap 3. Curtis Stewart making his first start in the Ford Taurus bodied number 41 of Al Minjock. Jason Holder in the 74 car rides in the 5th position just behind the Henry and Stewart battle. Joe Nicola's lead nearly a full straightaway on lap 4 of 20 with Sean Phillips in second in car 31. Second position battle in car 64, veteran Bill Henry, who's been so fast in recent weeks, challenging the 31 of Sean Phillips from Jefferson, PA. A multi-generational Monte Carlo battle with Henry on the inside, Phillips on the outside. And Henry, in the quest for a first career feature victory, takes the second position away from Phillips. Joe Nicola with a big lead on lap 7. Bill Henry now in second spot over Sean Phillips. And the battle for fourth finds Adam Kostelnik in the 05, who started deep in this field to the inside of the 74 of Jason Holder. Andrew Kostelnik, his younger brother, follows through, working lap number 8 of 20. Sean Phillips is second in the point standings, third on the racetrack. Adam Kostelnik leads the championship standings. He's 4th on the racetrack. Bill Henry in second. And leader Joe Nicola with a huge margin over this field after winning his heat race earlier tonight. Next lap around, the crossed flags will indicate halfway, and Adam Kostelnik challenges for third, making light contact with Sean Phillips. The leading championship contenders are fighting for third on the speedway. 10 down, 10 to go. Joe Nicola continues to lead in car 69. 64, Bill Henry in second. Adam Kostelnik in third. Andrew Kostelnik in fourth. Subway Challenge driver Sean Phillips back to fifth as we work lap number 12 of 20. Leader Nicola with one victory already this season in feature competition. Bill Henry in 64 riding second, looking for a career first win. Then Adam Kostelnik, the leading feature winner in the division, and his brother with one victory, Andrew Kostelnik, right in tow in that battle for second, make it a three-car fight. On lap number 13, the Kostelnik brothers have closed in on Bill Henry's number 64 car. Older brother Adam powers to the inside. Younger brother Andrew diving in door-to-door with Henry. And in one lap, Bill Henry loses 2 positions as Joe Nicola continues to lead. Signal of 5 laps to go as Joe Nicola sees the open palm of chief starter Denny Carson. Adam Kostelnik smoking the brakes in the 05 car into turn 1 in the attempts to hold off the advances of his younger brother Andrew Kostelnik in 57. 64 of Henry right there in the 4-car breakaway, then some distance back to the 5th running 74 of Jason Holder. Into turn 1, Andrew Kostelnik looking to challenge the points leader and big brother Adam with 4 laps to go. 3 cars still very close together, riding in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That entire chain of automobiles is closing in quickly on Joe Nicola, but with only 3 laps to go, there may not be enough time. Nicola from his front row starting spot launched into the lead. He may not have the fastest car on the speedway, but he's got a big lead and only 3 laps to victory. On the back straightaway, the 57 of Andrew Kostelnik in a battle of AK chassis into turn number 3. Andrew with 1 win on the season, Adam with 4 in 2007. Signal of 2 laps to go, and Andrew Kostelnik is now in 2nd spot. As Andrew opens the inside lane to pass big brother Adam, Bill Henry in the 64. Looking to challenge for 3rd, and they are clearly closing in very quickly on the leader, but this time around the white flag signals final lap. Andrew Kostelnik from the middle of the pack advanced into 2nd position and may be faster than Joe Nicola, but Nicola put it on cruise control after taking the green flag up front. Here comes a last lap challenge in turn 4. Kostelnik closing up to the rear bumper will not have enough, and Joe Nicola repeats for his 2nd win of 2007. Well, Joe Nicola, you're joining some very elite company. As a repeat winner in 2007, only Adam Kostelnik has won more than 1 feature. Your 2nd trip to victory lane, this one looked easy, but at the end, you had some company coming in on you.
Yeah, I knew those guys were catching me. My dad was spot for me, and it's just hard to run 20 laps and stay focused and hit all your marks. I was just screwing up. The car had it in it. It was just, I think I was starting to take it easy on the car, and it was making it handle wheel, that's all.
We just talked to our most recent winner, Jay Matthews, here in Victory Lane. He said when the sun is still out on this racetrack, he can feel that, a loose condition in the race car. Do you have to set up differently for a hot night like tonight racing in the sun than a cooler spring evening?
Oh yeah, when the sun's out, the track seems to get slick and you get like a 4-wheel drift going on. Not necessarily a push or a loose, but it just kind of washes all over the track. But normally when it gets colder outside, we tighten them up a little bit. They always say colder track makes bite, but we tend to think to make a little horsepower, and it normally works out for us.
Well, you got a big cheer from the Ford fans up there for making that horsepower the Ford way. How about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew that made this ride so fast?
Well, I want to thank my Uncle George and my cousin George, Nicola. Those guys helped me out a ton. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. I want to thank my dad, my fiance Jess, her sister Monica for helping me out here every week. And my cousin Mike, he ain't here this week, but any help I can get, I'll take it. I appreciate it all. And also Mark here, he showed up tonight.
Well, there he is for the second time this season, collecting a Subway gift certificate and all the laurels that go with his second win. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Nicola. Number 1 from Greensburg. Two-time champion Mark Catone in car 31 from McKeesport, and Chad Hemphill in the 18 from Butler. Green flag is out. Penny Saver Auto Trader Magazine's Night at Motordrome is underway, and Greg Kelly takes over a 3 or 4 car length advantage from pole sitter Jimmy Weller III. Todd Price moving into the 3rd spot, 3 wide on the front straight out of turn 4. Still 3 wide. Dave Merrow makes a great save after contact with Tommy Beck and John Messenger. Bobby Henry in the 11, the points leader, right there battling with Messenger. And now Tommy Beck quickly dives to the inside of John Komarinsky. Beck now in 4th, Todd Price in 3rd, Jimmy Weller III in 2nd, and Gregory Kelly running away with this event on lap 2. Kelly in search of a first career feature victory. As a former truck division champion, battle for 3rd now, Tommy Beck diving inside of the 15 of Todd Price. He takes that spot away. And quickly Beck is challenging Weller III for 2nd spot. Car 23, Jimmy Weller III from Hubbard, Ohio, a former sprint car competitor and dirt track modified ace turned pavement late model driver, with Tommy Beck to the inside, officially at the scoring line. Weller hangs on to the 2nd spot on lap 4. After starting deep in the field, Bobby Henry in car 11 is up to the 4th spot. Beck completes the pass for 2nd. Gregory Kelly out in front on lap 5, and Bobby Henry taking away 3rd position from the 23 of Weller. Weller, the pole starter, back to 4th, surrounded by the only 2-time winners of the season. Neil Brown in the 98 just behind him. Bobby Henry in the 11 just in front of him. Behind the battle of Brown and Weller, John Komarinsky is wheel to wheel with the 15 of Todd Price. And Komarinsky, the birthday boy, takes the position away. Side by side for 4th, entering turn 3, Neil Brown gets the advantage on the sophomore late model driver, Weller. Brown is now 4th. Bobby Henry, the points leader, is 3rd. And on lap 7, a challenge for the lead. Tommy Beck in the stands, transmission 60 down the back straight. Diving inside of sophomore driver Gregory Kelly in the 44. Kelly leading his first feature laps here tonight, but Beck, with 1 feature win already this season, takes over command of the event on lap 8. In 2nd and 3rd positions, fellow residents of Connellsville, Pennsylvania, Gregory Kelly, the D&K Sales and Service 44, and Bobby Henry in the 11. Henry, the Lint Flooring, Stone & Company, Megan Ford diving to the inside. Kelly, a protege of veteran Bobby Henry, and Henry steals the 2nd spot away on lap 9. Tommy Beck the leader. Bobby Henry in 2nd, Gregory Kelly 3rd, Neil Brown 4th, and a heated battle for 5th, Jimmy Weller in car 23. The Ohio driver with 21-year veteran John Komarinsky in car 33. Lap 10 and the action settles just a bit up front. Moving through the field at mid-pack in turn 3 is last week's winner, Gary Wiltrout in car 95, bringing Will Thomas with him, and he makes contact with Sean Pilla. Excellent save by Will Thomas as he and Sean Pilla came together in turn 4 here on lap 11 now. Thomas resumes battling for that mid-pack position. Pilla, the 4-time heat race winner this season. And Thomas, last week's Morrow winner, fighting it out mid-pack, while John Komarinsky takes over sole possession of the 5th spot on lap 12. Looking further up toward the front, it's a battle for 4th. We got a problem on the back straight. John Messenger spins and makes inside wall contact in the 51 car. Green flag, racing action resumes on lap 12. Tommy Beck leading Bobby Henry. Neil Brown makes a pass for 3rd on sophomore driver Gregory Kelly. Working lap number 13, and Tommy Beck's lead over Bobby Henry is about 3 car lengths. Neil Brown in the 98 in third, Kelly in fourth, Komarinsky in fifth, and now Gary Wiltrout has passed Jimmy Weller and Sean Pilla, finding himself in 6th position after last week's win. The 95 car of Wiltrout marching through this field quickly, challenging Komarinsky to the inside. No paint on that car as a result of 2 serious accidents in the last 3 weeks, then a victory last Friday. And Wiltrout gains 2 spots in 1 lap. Passes Komarinsky and Gregory Kelly. Working lap 15, Kelly either backed off the hammer or had a mechanical problem, allowing Komarinsky to close up and allowing Wiltrout to take over 4th position. Working lap number 16, and out of turn number 2 on the back straight, Tommy Beck's lead down to about 2.5 car lengths over Bobby Henry. Clear racetrack back to third with Neil Brown's 98, no lapped cars yet on the speedway. Gary Wiltrout in 4th, Gregory Kelly in 5th. A battle for 6th now between Sean Pilla and John Komarinsky. Komarinsky with 1 feature win this season. Pilla, one of the leading heat race winners all season, looking for a career first checkered flag. Diving to the inside of Komarinsky in turn 4. Pilla door to door with the veteran. And at the scoring line, officially, Komarinsky hangs on to the position by just inches on lap 18. Up front, a challenge for the lead. Beck is off the pace. Leader drops to the inside on the back straight. Bobby Henry takes over sole position of the top spot. And Tommy Beck is headed to the pit area in car 60. Another heartbreaking run for Benz Motorsports. More mechanical problems after having a fast race car. And Bobby Henry, the points leader, now poised to become the only 3-time victor this season. Neil Brown in 2nd, Gary Wiltrout, Henry's teammate, now in 3rd on lap 20 of 35. Working lap 21 in turns 1 and 2. It's a 3-car battle for 4th spot. Sean Pilla in the 5, Gregory Kelly in the 44, and the 33 of John Komarinsky. Working lap 22, 3 cars up front all by themselves. And Kelly now in car 44 gains a couple car length advantage, holding on to 4th over Sean Pilla and John Komarinsky. Contact in turns 3 and 4, side-by-side battle near the rear of the field. Dave Merrow in the 69 and Todd Price in the 15 collided. Both drivers doing a great job of staying on the gas, and lap 23, they are still side-by-side on the back straight into turn 3. Into turn 1 now on lap 24. 3-car battle, the 5 of Sean Pilla trying to take a position away from the 44 of Kelly. John Komarinsky watches as he is in the 6th spot, and Kelly has to back off the hammer. Komarinsky can't avoid contact, opens the door for Will Thomas. Side by side, Komarinsky and Thomas on lap 25, each with 1 victory this season. Sean Pilla has taken over sole possession of the 4th spot in car 5. Now Thomas passing both Komarinsky and the 44 of Kelly on the same lap. Will Thomas, after a pit stop in car 9 from the tail of the field, up into the 5th position behind Sean Pilla in 4th. Komarinsky spins after contact with the 44 of Kelly outside of turn number 2, and everybody's on the binders to avoid the veteran on the bottom of the back straightaway. Back to the green flag with 9 laps remaining. Toyota Camry pace car off the speedway, full speed on the front straight. Working lap 27, Bobby Henry and Neil Brown pulling away just a little from Gary Wiltrout in third. Last week's winner, Wiltrout, climbing from 12th to third. Henry, who inherited the lead from Tommy Beck, maintains about a 2-car length advantage over Neil Brown in the 98. Working lap 28, Brown closes right into the rear bumper. Close enough to touch out of turn number 2. Neil Brown in 98 and Bobby Henry in 11. Brown, who spent 2 seasons racing dirt track late models after being a dominant feature winner here at Motordrome in 2004, 2003, 2002. And John Komarinsky's 33 gets the black flag from officials. This time at the scoring line, beginning to work lap number 30, just 5 to go, and Neil Brown is within striking distance of the leader. Sparks on the pavement as the chassis bottom out, and contact made up front. Neil Brown turns Bobby Henry to the infield. Gary Wiltrout is Henry's teammate. He takes over the lead as the caution flag will wave for the points leader. Here we go. And Gary Wiltrout sees the front of the pack for the first time this week after last week's victory. Here's the green flag, and he opens up a lead over Sean Pilla in the 5. Pilla seeking a career first win from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. The Nagy Sunoco gas and oil products carry all number 5. In second spot to Wiltrout. Wiltrout, whose car is normally painted identical to Bobby Henry's, sharing the sponsorship of Stone & Company, Lint Flooring, and Megan Ford. No driver has won back-to-back features all season at Motordrome Speedway. And Gary Wiltrout, with Sean Pilla in second, Will Thomas in third, and Gregory Kelly in fourth, looking to become the first back-to-back winner of the season. Action in the middle of the pack with Jimmy Weller III side by side with Dave Merrow. Bobby Henry already powering his way back toward the front, moving around the 15 of Todd Price. Very close racing out of turn 4, 2 rows, 2 wide. Working lap 33. And Merrow in car 69, still side by side with Weller. Henry, the points leader, right in the mix with Neil Brown moving back up as well as the white flag waves over Wiltrout, who will go unchallenged on this final lap. Heated action at the back of the field. Henry gets contact this time from the 15 of Price, and they're locked together on the final lap. Out of turn number 4, Somerset, Pennsylvania's Gary Wiltrout with a second victory in a row over Sean Pilla, Will Thomas, Gregory Kelly, and Jimmy Weller, who powers into the 5th spot on the final lap. Well, Gary Wiltrout, that was a very exciting feature for all of us in the grandstands, and you might have had the very best seat to watch all that action happen in front of you at the lead of the pack. That was your teammate that was up front. Did you drive by him sideways and have that feeling of, oh boy, here we go?
Yeah, I thought maybe we wasn't going to get to go golfing this week because we had the cars to work on, but I just say you didn't get no damage.
Now this car, you told us last week you were considering not bothering to paint it and put stickers on it. Does that mean you're a superstitious kind of guy? After 2 wins like this, you're going to believe in the luck of an all-white car?
Hey, it just might be, but if everything works out tomorrow night, we'll hopefully have her painted for next week.
Well, that's right. You have sponsors you have to look out for, even more important than superstitions. How about a chance to thank all the people whose logos should be on the race car?
I definitely want to thank, like you said, without the sponsors, there's no way we could be doing this. Stone & Company, Megan Ford, anybody that has anything, Lint Flooring, quality support. I mean, without these guys, we couldn't do it.
It's a good thing you've been to Victory Lane a whole bunch of times because you know to study that stuff in advance when you can't read it off of the plain white race car. You told us last week this car has been very fast for 3 weeks. If not for the crash at the front, do you think you could have pulled off tonight's victory?
Probably not. No, Neil and Bobby had just a little bit there on me, and I think I might have been able to run them down, but I couldn't have done nothing with them.
Well, that's fate coming around because you had a couple taken away from you early this season.
Yeah, but that's part of racing, you know. I mean, we'll take them however we can get them.
And he gets a second in a row tonight.
I just want to apologize to John Messenger. He's a good guy up there. I mean, everybody was checking up, and I certainly didn't mean to get into him.
There he is, Gary Wiltrout, making a post-race apology and finding victory lane for the second time in as many weeks. For George Nicola in 97, Tom Frank in the 6. Last week's winner, Harry Ofer in the 01. Matt Panaya, 32. John Probanich in the 11. Rick Huffman in 9. Bo Glemba, 99. And Mike Busiak in the 2. We're underway for 20 laps of Lincoln Welders modified competition on Auto Trader Penny Saver Magazine's night. Kostelnik taking the lead on the back straight from Gary Scott. Scott, who's always more comfortable in the high line of the speedway, in second. And it's Bernie McQuillan taking over third spot, having a career night in car 45. Kostelnik up front, Gary Scott racing very close. Those two cars separated by about 8 or 10 car lengths. And we got a caution flag, trouble out of turn 4. Heat winner Lonnie Smith locks up the brakes and collects the 97 of George Nicola, the 6 of Tom Frank. Last week's winner Harry Ofer is involved. The 11 of John Probanich is involved. The 99 of Bo Glemba is stopped there. The 2 of Mike Musiak is involved as well. Tough break for Hoffman, the hometown hero from Smithton, got a heat race checkered flag and now stopped along the front straight. Probanich with heavy body damage, able to drive the 11 car away. Adam Kostelnik back on the loud pedal in front of Gary Scott. 19 laps remaining. Top 10 cars, single file racing. Back in the 5th position, Chris Brink looking to the high side of Ben Easler. The rookie Chris Brink in car 3 told me earlier this season they're going to set up for the high side of the speedway every week, hoping they'd be the only ones up there, taking a chance. And taking a chance by switching from full-bodied cars to open wheel. That's why we call him the Glenn Campbell Gambler. It's now a 4-car battle for third on lap 3. Ben Easler looking to the inside of Bernie McQuillan. Brink way up the racetrack. Bobby Ship tucked in behind Easler. Still wheel-to-wheel, McQuillan on the outside, Easler on the inside. Bobby Ship right there. Brink loses 2 spots, and they're nearly 3 wide out of turn 4. They're 3 wide on the front straight. Easler gains the position officially by a bumper on lap 4 at the scoring line, but McQuillan holds tough, having the run of his lifetime on the outside of the back straight. McQuillan, after a strong heat race performance tonight, hanging into the top 5 now. Easler all by himself in third, bringing Bob Ship along by half a car length on lap 5. Ship in the 04 car takes over 4th position. Two cars broken away from the rest of this field. Adam Kostelnik leading Gary Scott by only about 3 car lengths, and then the distance of an entire straightaway. Back to the 7 of Ben Easler, who is trying to hold off Bobby Ship in the battle for third. McQuillan remains 5th, Brink is 6th. Wheel to wheel and nearly making contact in turn 1 in the battle for third. Bob Ship in the 04. With 1 feature victory this season, takes away the 3rd position from Ben Easler. Just behind them, Chris Brink uses the high line to pass Bernie McQuillan and take over 5th spot. Working lap number 9. And the leaders remain a straightaway ahead of the rest of the field, down the center of the back straight. The limping Tom Frank number 6 car goes a lap down to leader Adam Kostelnik. Gary Scott still just a couple car lengths from the rear of Kostelnik's bumper, as the 2 veterans pulling away from Bobby Ship in the 04 at the halfway point, Ben Easler in the 7, Chris Brink in the 3, the top 5 in the running order. Working lap number 12, the lead battle intensifies each time out of turn 2 and out of turn 4. Adam Kostelnik builds up an interval of a couple of car lengths, and in turns 2 and 4, Gary Scott is right there on his rear bumper each lap. All by himself in third is Bobby Shipp now on lap 13 of 20. And Ben Easler trying to hold off the Glenn Campbell Gambler, Chris Brink, the rookie in car 3. Brink changing to the modified division after limited late model competition at Jennerstown Speedway. And Easler, the multi-track go-kart champion in the 7 car, holding on to 4th. Best battle on the speedway is out of turn number 4, where Ben Easler and Chris Brink are separated by less than a car length around the speedway with 5 laps to go. Brink in the high lane in car 3. Easler low side in car 7. That battle is a half a lap behind the leaders. In front of Easler in third position is the 04 of Bobby Shipp, and we got a caution flag. Chris Brink spins after the caution flag waves. Gary Scott in car 16, the second place car, spins on lap 16. Jumps back on the gas. It's now Bobby Shipp in the runner-up spot. Then Ben Easler and Chris Brink. 5 laps to go, and a new challenger for the defending champion is Bobby Shipp in the 04. Shipp's number 04 reflecting the season that he was Charger Division champion. Kostelnik in car 60. The 2004, 2005, and 2006 Lincoln Welders modified champion out in front. 4 laps to go. Ben Easler third, Chris Brink in fourth. Bernie McQuillan hanging on to a top 5 spot in 45. This time, the signal of 2 laps to go given to Adam Kostelnik. Action at the front of the field has settled down. At the rear of the field, cars involved in that multi-modified accident charging back to the front like the 97 of George Nicola. And a challenge for 5th position finds 2-time modified champ Jim Nicola looking to the inside of Bernie McQuillan, 3 wide in turn 4. Brian Shipp gets crossed up, backs off the gas, and everybody makes it through with the white flag in the air. Chris Brink has the back straightaway in turns 3 and 4 to continue his challenge of Ben Easler for 3rd. But out of turn 4, the leading winner at Motordrome in 2007, Adam Kostelnik, continues to dominate the modifieds over Bobby Shipp, Ben Easler, Chris Brink, and Bernie McQuillan. Well, Adam Kostelnik, a terrific run, and perhaps best of all tonight, a good draw as you started up front, something you're not accustomed to doing here at Motordrome.
Nah, like I said, take the good starts where you want. I don't know what the 04's problem is. He runs into you and under the caution. I mean, if he wants to flatten my tire and play them games, we could play them.
Well, with all 4 tires still inflated, that seemed to be a pretty smooth drive. Early in the race, Gary Scott made a couple of high side challenges. Was that Adam Kostelnik being conservative? Because we really don't know what that looks like.
I was just being patient, letting the car settle in, and like I said, the car was good, you know what I mean, put me on the pole, and like I said, unless someone tries to dirty under a caution, you know what I mean, it's tough to beat. But like I said, hats off to Harry Lazader. He builds the motors. It's just making a ton of power. Like I said, can't thank Buzzy and Donna Viglione enough. They own the car. Lazader Auto Service, Bowling Machine, Joe Viglione. Just want to thank everybody on the 60 crew, man. Like I said, we got a little bit of work to do next week for the big race.
And that's the big question now tonight. It's a hot night. Drivers saying the track feels loose because of the warm conditions. Next week, an extra 5 laps. Is that a different setup on this car than a normal 20-lapper?
Actually, tonight the car was pretty good. About lap 7 or 8, it really come into its own. And like I said, maybe we'll just bring it back next week. But who knows with the weather, it could be 60 degrees next week and change everything. But we'll chase it. Like I said, them 5 extra laps helps out. And like I said, I think we're good enough to come from the back and win a race.
He comes from the back or from the front for modified and street stock victories. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Kostelnik. His team of Robbie Hott starts in third, seeking a first win, as does the 41 of Al Minjok from fourth position. Green flag is out, 15 laps for the Yellow Book Chargers. Side by side for the lead on the back straight. Jimmy Stokes in 95. Jimmy Christoffel in 04. Stokes, the oldest driver in Charger Division competition, takes the lead on lap number 1 over Christoffel, the sophomore. Matt Gardner in third spot in the 7 car, and the 16 of Robbie Hott files into fourth. Then it's Victor Keller in fifth, and side by side for sixth. Mike Lemley in the 4, blasting beneath the 41 of Al Minjok. Three cars breaking away from the rest of the field. A trio of Monte Carlos with Stokes, and we got a problem out of turn 2. The 48 machine. Ed McConnell spinning on the back straightaway, and we will not need a caution flag. We're working lap 3 as McConnell pulls away from the site of his own spin. We stay green and racing with Stokes the leader, Christoffel in second, Gardner in third. Man on the move right now is back in fifth. The 4 of Mike Lemley challenging Victor Keller on the outside. Robbie Hott in car 16 is now fourth and feeling the pressure of Mike Lemley in the 4 car. Aaron Minjok in 34 having a mechanical problem. Last week's feature winner with a flat left front tire here on lap 5 of 15. Leaders now approaching the McConnell machine to put him a lap down after the spin. Jimmy Stokes in 95. Sideways Stokes, his mother calls him. And the 04 of Jimmy Christoffel in the second spot, able to tighten up as they approach the lapped machine of McConnell on the back straight. Gardner, Stokes' teammate, falling back about 14 car lengths from the leaders now, but Christoffel keeping Stokes in his sights, this time at the scoring line, working lap number 7 of 15. Gardner dirt tracks the car while he's by himself in third, and Mike Lemley from deep in the field up to the 4th position, ahead of Robbie Hott in 5th. Halfway signal given at the starter stand, and we've got a problem in turn 4. Victor Keller and Robbie Hott. Keller with some front end damage. Hott continues away from the scene after riding in a top 5 position. Both cars having body damage, and we're going to need a caution flag as some contact was made, perhaps with the wall, perhaps with each other, as I did not see the incident in turn 4. Jimmy Stokes back on the loud pedal, and his teammate Matt Gardner nearly spins in front of Mike Lemley. On this restart, 7 laps to go, and Gardner was all elbows through the windshield of that 7 car, drifting up the banking, allowing his championship points nemesis Mike Lemley to the inside. Battle for third is also the battle for the top of the point standings chart in the Yellow Book Chargers. Lemley on the inside, Gardner on the outside. Gardner's car seeming to suffer from a tight condition in the corners, although he was awfully loose on the front straight at the restart. Lemley clears Gardner for third. Tracy Keller is up to 5th, passing Al Minjok. Up front, it's still Jimmy Stokes, Jimmy Christoffel with 5 laps to go. Jimmy Stokes in 95 leading Jimmy Christoffel. And Mike Lemley in the 4 car now building an advantage over the Gardner 7 machine. Working lap number 12 of 15, the action has settled down at the front of the field. Just outside the top 5, the battle for 6th position with the 41 of Al Minjock on the inside of former champion Jeff Giles Jr. in the 50. And look at Robbie Hott battling back 3 wide in turn 3. Hott in the 16 car went to the tail for his involvement in a caution flag incident and is challenging for the 7th spot already on the inside of Minjock on lap 13. Just behind that battle, Ed Neidhart takes a position away from Victor Keller in the 11. White flag waving as leader Jimmy Stokes reaches the scoring line. Stokes, in the quest for a track championship in the Charger division, surveyed his sponsors and car owners and said, should I race conservative and build up points to the title, or should I charge to the front like you're accustomed to seeing? And after that survey, the sponsors voted unanimously. Jimmy Stokes is a crowd pleaser and wins another one over Jimmy Christoffel, Mike Lemley, Matt Gardner, and coming home in 5th, defending champion Tracy Keller. Well, Jimmy Stokes, you had a little bit of luck with you tonight. You drew a pretty good pill, and most of that race, Jimmy Christoffel was right there with you.
Yes, he was. I seen him. I knew it was going to be a close race right before the green went. My crew put the car together pretty good tonight, and I just hung in there, did the best I could.
You told me earlier tonight all the fun you had last week battling door-to-door with your teammate. That one was for a 2nd position. Tell me the emotions. I know you like to be swapping paint right down to the finish line. You had about a 4-car length advantage. For an exciting guy like you, that's boring to cross the checkered flag that way, isn't it?
Yeah, we just went skydiving, me and my daughter, for Father's Day. Just got to give you an idea what kind of guy I really am.
A thrill seeker and a former motocross champion, I know as well. Now tell us a little bit about this championship quest. I informed the fans that you surveyed your sponsors. They said, heck, just go for it. Tonight, starting on the pole, was that a slightly more conservative Jimmy Stokes?
Yes, it was. I want to win the championship bad, and I also want to win races. And I realize I do got to start in the back next week, but I got to take the good with the bad, and all my sponsors gave me thumbs up for this one. So we had to take it as we can get it. And tonight will be more than welcome for this one here.
And a chance to name those sponsors and crew that made this ride so fast.
Yes, AK Chassis would be the first one. Complete Car Company, Barnes Sheet Metal, Larry Lynn Flooring, Westside Tire and Lube, Stan's Transmissions, PA Appraisal Services, Fort Robinson Outlet, and my family. And thanks to fans for coming out tonight.
Another big win for Jimmy Stokes in car 95.